Hi, my name is Zach Brokenrope. Welcome to my classroom, and I am running the 2023 Boston Marathon for the Brookline Education Foundation. Since I moved to Boston in 2008, running the Boston Marathon has been just the biggest dream that I thought that I would never be able to achieve. Growing up, I was always the chubby kid. I was never much of a runner. I tried almost everything I could to get out of the mile in PE class every single time it came around. I was always embarrassed of being slow. I just never felt like an athlete. And then in 2015, I felt very burnt out and frustrated with my job as a teacher, and I realized that something needed to change. So on October 18th of that year, I went for a brief run, and it was the most painful thing that I'd ever experienced in my entire life. When I finished, my limbs hurt, I was out of breath, I was exhausted, but I also felt inexplicably better. And I felt like, okay, maybe these people who've told me that exercise would make you feel well are onto something. And so I started running a little bit every day. I downloaded the Couch to 5K app. I set a goal to run a 5K by Thanksgiving of that year, which I did. And then I set a goal to run a 5K every month, which I did. By the next November, I ran a half marathon, and then in October of 2017, I ran the Chicago Marathon, which was my first marathon. And running has always been a bit of a difficult thing. It's had its ups and downs. However, through the pandemic, it was one of the things that helped me keep my sanity. And as I've continued to grow as a teacher and as a runner, Boston has always been the one that's remained elusive, and the one that would allow me to connect with the community that I love so much, the place that I call home, and really a marathon that shows the resiliency of a city and of the human spirit. And so I'm very, very excited to run it, and a little bit nervous as well. Since 1981, the BEF has raised over $6 million to directly benefit the teachers of Brookline Public Schools. My colleagues and I have been privileged to travel, attend conferences, to talk about how to be better teachers during the COVID pandemic. We are incredibly lucky to receive these funds as a way to support our teaching and allow us to grow professionally and personally, using the money that we raise through the BEF every year to learn how to make our classrooms better, more inclusive places for the kids of Brookline, while also renewing our own spirit and joy of teaching. The past 2 years have been incredibly difficult in terms of what it means to exist in public education, whether it be as a teacher, as a student, or as a parent. And the BEF has funded some of the programming that has allowed us to feel refreshed and to reflect on why it is we love this job so much, and why we're so privileged to walk through the doors of this building every day and work with these wonderful kids. So any donation you make to me will not only help me run this race, but also help inspire the next generation and the current generation of Brookline educators and students. So I thank you so much for your donation, and I will see you on Boylston Street.